This is a big river. So to make a significant impact, you'll need to be releasing millions of animals in here before we'll start seeing a fishery show up that commercial fishermen can find enough to make it worthwhile. But we think that's all doable.
Right now, Packet Landing in Bass River in Yarmouth is housing 100,000 baby scallops. In a pilot program to restore the scallop population in Bass River, the Town of Yarmouth and the non-profit organization Friends of Bass River are collaborating with Scallop-based shellfish company based in Pocasset, Massachusetts. Co-owner Jeff Lang met with Natural Resources Director Bill Bonetti and Friends of Bass River Executive Director Rick Bishop to see the baby scallops to their new home.
My guess is the success rate to the release would be probably in the 90 to 95,000. So it should be 90% of them will make it. How many make it once we let them go to them becoming a breeding adults next year? That's the part I don't know about.
Through a special article called The Shellfish Enhancement, the town's Natural Resource Division purchased the scallops for $3,500, and the Friends of Bass River purchased Japanese lantern nets, where the young scallops can grow without interference of predators until they're big enough to be released in November.
We've looked at shellfish propagation in general as being a benefit to the overall health of our tributaries and embayments through water quality enhancement. But historically and culturally, to try to reestablish a scallop population in Bass River is very significant. We have not seen scallop in the wild the way that we used to historically. It used to be thriving. We know that there's been a loss of habitat, a loss of eelgrass in Bass River, which is largely in part due to nitrogen loading through septic systems. Now the town has been able to fund and initiate the wastewater program.
Even with the eelgrass gone, Yarmouth has seen scallops adapt, and the Japanese lantern nets are substituting the eelgrass in protecting the babies.
Eelgrass was the hatchery for base scallops. So these Japanese lantern nets we're utilizing kind of replace the eelgrass as a safe spot for the baby animals to grow. We'll have them in the smaller nets for about 2 weeks and then transfer them to larger nets in the next 2 weeks. And at that point, probably in around November, we'll release them to Bass River, and we'll have fairly large adult scallops in the river itself for the first time in probably 50 years. I was told that in November they would be large enough for me to have a little sample of them, to eat them. We'll wait and see if that's true. But I think in probably another year, they'll be large enough to be harvested by the recreational shellfish community.
The trio is hoping to see ripple effects when the scallops filter the water, feeding on algae.
Most people are aware of the fact that oysters are considered an excellent source of water cleaning, of absorbing nitrogen and cleaning the water. They are actually third in terms of efficiency in that regard. Hardshell clams or quahogs are second, and scallops are the most efficient by a fairly good matrix. So they clean a lot of the nitrogen out of the water, not organically. So I'm very excited about that. So the nitrogen in the water is not a negative for these scallops, it's actually a positive.
The biggest thing from the data we've seen that the town could be doing is the wastewater plan. But the shellfish propagation is a supplemental approach to improving degraded water quality. Besides that, if scallops survive here and are able to spawn, and we have a sustainable wild population of scallops in Bass River again, that's culturally significant. It's what Bass River was known for a long time ago. You know, that's important to the town.
In the mid-1980s, my father and I scalloped this river, and we would get our limit in no more than 3 drags. So it was a very healthy environment. It's the second most common question I'm asked as executive director for Friends of Bass River. The first is, when will the river be dredged? And second is, when will scallops reappear in the river? So we'll have an answer for them, which is fantastic.